A rather filthy, bee-stung, miserably-looking Trixie stood with a paintbrush in her teeth on a ladder leaning against the house of the purple-furred mare named Berry Punch, painting the side of the house white. Shirley had set it up. Apparently, she was Berry Punch's elder sister, and Berry Punch's house had been damaged by a love-poisoned big Macintosh pulling it several blocks, then dragged it back afterwards. Helping Hooves looked out of the bush at Trixie, gulping.
Maybe I should just.
He started, looking only conflicted, sweating.
No, if Checker finds out.
He muttered. He looked back up, seeing Rambo Dash clearing clouds over Ponyville. He gasped slightly, then looked back to Trixie. Helping Hooves telekinetically grip the ladder,
I'm sorry.
he said, tears in his eyes as he rattled the ladder. Trixie let out a scream as she lost her balance suddenly.
Huh?
Asked Rambo Dash, hearing the screaming. She looked down in time to see Trixie lose her balance and begin to fall.
Trixie!
She yelled, taking off at full speed, adrenaline rushing. Trixie fell, Rainbow flying right after her and catching her. Rainbow curved downwards and flew a few feet to slow down, not wanting to get Trixie whiplash. Rainbow Dash set Trixie down.
Trixie, are you alright?
She asked, genuine concern on her face. Trixie panted, trembling in fear and looking more miserable than ever.
Trixie.
Trixie struggled to remain composed and failed.
Thank you, Rainbow Dash. Trixie needs some time alone.
The mare muttered, lowering her head and slowly trotting towards the library. Rainbow Dash swore she saw the mare's colors dim slightly.
Trixie.
Rainbow Dash muttered, rubbing her head.
Serves her right,
said a pink mare on the street corner. Rainbow Dash was in her face in a second, glaring daggers at her.
Don't you ever say that again.
The mare staggered back, but then glared back.
That Ursus crushed my cart. I had to work overtime for a month to pay it off.
Rainbow's eyes softened slightly.
And that makes it right for her to get hurt when all she did was make up for what she... all she wants to do is make up for what she did?
Asked Rainbow Dash, sternly, but not yelling. The mare looked uncertain.
Well, Does it? Think about it.
The mare looked conflicted.
I...
Rainbow watched the mare walk away to think about what she'd been told before the Pegasus turned to the ladder, looking close. She saw it was firmly rooted in place.
How could she have lost balance? She's not that clumsy.
Rainbow Dash!
Yelled Scootaloo, urgency in her tone.
Huh?
The mare turned to see the three fillies and one colt run up.
Hey, girls and colt I've never seen before. This is Featherweight.
Said Applebloom.
He takes the pictures for the paper.
Well, he took them originally, then became editor when Diamond Tiara tried to blackmail us to stay Gabby Gums, then traded jobs with the pony Miss Shirley gave his old job to because he liked taking pictures better.
Sweetie Belle explained, confusing herself with the explanation.
Right. So, what is it? Trixie needs me.
Said Rainbow.
That's kind of what this is about.
Said Scootaloo, Featherweight, handing the rainbow-maned Pegasus the two pictures. Rainbow blinked, looking at the pictures, careful. One of Trixie talking to Dinky and Pipsqueak, and the other was the same. She didn't see anything. Then it hit her. In the second picture, she could see the beehive just above the branches, but not connected to anything. She narrowed her eyes.
Well, what are we? Yeah, that's a pretty. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice pictures of trees. Good job, Featherweight.
Said Ramaddash, suddenly back to normal. Before the fillies could react, she winked quickly.
Hey, can you three meet me at my house later?
She asked, keeping an eye out.
I've got something I'd like to show you.
Skidaloo blinked, then got it and smirked.
Oh, sure, we'll come.
Yep, we'll see you there.
It'd be our pleasure.
And don't forget to have Twilight use that cloud walking spell on you.
Said Ramaddash, giving a smile.
Oh, I've gotta go. See you later.
Helping Hooves sighed in relief when Ramaddash caught Trixie.
Thanks, Celestia.
He said, then saw Trixie's reaction and his face dropped. Helping Hooves slowly headed back towards Checker, his head almost to the ground.
I'm sorry.
He muttered, guilt clear in his voice.
Trixie, please come down.
Said Twilight, Trixie having returned to her bed and not moving since her fall.
We want to talk to you.
Trixie doesn't want to.
Said the show mare's miserable voice, sounding almost on the verge of tears.
Leave Trixie alone, please.
Twilight sighed, walking downstairs where the rest of the group had assembled.
She's not coming down.
She said, worry plain on her voice.
Can you blame her?
Asked Applejack.
The poor girl's had one rough go of it. Things just ain't looking up for her. I wish there was something we could do,
Said Fluttershy, concern in her tone.
I tried everything. I even used puppets.
Exclaimed Pinkie Pie, the element of laughter, having two sock puppets on her hooves, earning stares of confusion from every pony. Ramaddash remained silent, looking like something was on her mind. Rarity looked thoughtful, thinking about it.
I'll talk to her. Go ahead.
I'll talk to her alone.
All right.
Twilight replied, uncertain.
Good luck, Rarity.
Twilight replied, said Pinkie Pie, acting as if it were her puppet saying it. Rarity blinked.
Thank you, Pinkie Pie's puppets.
And if you can't do it, and the puppets didn't work, then this calls for extreme measures.
Exclaimed Pinkie and her puppets. Rarity blinked.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to go talk to Trixie.
Helping Hoof looked up at Checker as he returned.
I did as you told me, Miss Monarch.
Checker nodded, stretching after her nap.
Good. What did you do?
Knocked her off her ladder she was using to paint a house.
Helping Hoof replied, remorse clear on his voice. He left out that Rainbow Dash had saved her.
That brings back memories.
Said Checker, giving a cold smirk.
Well done. Trixie!
Called Rarity in her typical sweet, over-the-top fashion as she entered the room.
Please come down and talk, darling.
Trixie huffed, not rising from her bed.
Trixie doesn't want to. Trixie, you know you can trust me.
Let's see. Rarity replied sincerely.
Please just tell me what's wrong.
Trixie sighed.
You're not going to leave until Trixie tells you, are you? No, I shall not.
Trixie got up, walking down to Rarity, her posture looking like a beaten dog.
It's...
Trixie started and sighed, along her head.
You wouldn't understand. Let me guess, you've got nothing, and no matter what you do, you can't seem to get out of the gutter. No matter how hard you try, it seems like you're walking in place and doomed to fail.
Rarity asked with a sympathetic smile.
Not about it.
Trixie blinked in surprise.
Yes, how did you...
Rarity sighed.
Because believe it or not, I've been there.
Trixie's jaw dropped.
But you're a successful fashion designer who caters to Canterlot's elite and has connections in high places? Yes.
Rarity replied, a little pride in her tone.
But I wasn't always like that.
Trixie didn't know how to reply. This mare had once been poor?
But Trixie assumed you were old money. Well, I'm not. I'm proud of it.
Said Rarity, smiling lightly.
I grew up in a suburb in Manhattan. My father was out of work, and my mother had a low-end job. We barely had enough money to make our rent a month, let alone have any luxuries. We barely had enough food to survive on. No matter how many times my father tried to get the professional hoofball career he wanted, he just never made the cut. No matter how many times my mother tried to get a raise, she was shut down. And the neighborhood bullies just loved to rub it in. But how did
Rarity smiled.
hard work? My parents kept trying until my mother got promoted at work, and I earned my cutie mark, allowing me to find gems to help supplement it. Then my father got his big break and made it count.
Rarity put a hoof on Trixie's shoulder.
And I know you can, Trixie. You're a strong girl. A weak one wouldn't have lasted over a year in the streets by themselves. My circumstances may not have been as bad as yours are, but you've got more ponies to support you through it than we did.
Trixie looked Rarity in her caring eyes.
You really think so?
Rarity gave a nod of agreement.
Yes. Trixie, you're a lot stronger than you think you are.
Trixie gave a smile.
Thank you, Rarity. Trixie needed that. Whatever else are friends for?
Asked Rarity, smiling happily. Trixie then frowned, clearly still having doubts.
Trixie, someone's at the door for you.
Called Twilight, sounding happy. Trixie blinked and looked panicked.
Poor Trixie. Is it an angry mob?
No, I think you'll like it.
Trixie walked up to the door, finding Dinky and Pipsqueak waiting for her, both with some bee stings. With them was a gray, walled-eyed Pegasus mare with a yellow mane. Here her cutie marked Bubbles. She had a pair of mailbags hanging off her, and a male pony hat on.
Hello, I'm Dixie Dew, or Dopey Hooves. I don't really mind which.
The mare said with a smile.
You already know my daughter, Dinky, and her friend Pip.
Trixie gasped.
Trixie, I'm sorry, she didn't mean to get them stung by bees. It's all right, I'm not mad. I know it was an accident.
The Pegasus replied good-naturedly.
He just wanted me to take them over on my way home from work.
Trixie blinked.
You mean you don't hate me?
Derpy frowned.
What? No, why would I hate you? In the town, they booed Trixie off stage and pelted her with rotten tomatoes.
Derpy shook her head.
That was me. I was in the front row. I heard you say you were sorry.
She said,
And I forgive you. If every pony forgave me for accidentally destroying City Hall, I can forgive you.
Trixie blinked.
Wait, what?
She asked in a flat voice with a raised eyebrow. Derpy blushed in embarrassment.
Well, They said they wanted me to put a rain cloud next to City Hall, but I ended up with a thundercloud by mistake. And sometimes I don't know my own strengths, and I ended up accidentally destroying more of it with my flank. That happens sometimes. Like the one time with Cyber. Wait, Doctor said not to tell anyone about that.
Doctor referenced ice.
Oh,
Said Trixie, still confused, but deciding to move on.
I agree with Mama.
Said Dinky, rather sweetly.
You're sorry. You wanted to make up for what you did, so I forgive you.
Pipsqueak gave a nod.
That's
You're
right.
right. Oh, go ahead.
That's right. Princess Luna seemed big and scary when she came to Ponyville, but she turned out to be really nice. She's my favorite princess now.
Trixie chuckled slightly at the child's excitement.
Trixie is sure that makes her happy.
She said before giving a bewildered look at the three ponies.
You really do forgive me?
All three nodded. Trixie's eyes teared up. It's so sad.
Thank you. Trixie doesn't know what to say.
Trixie stated smiling. I'm gonna guess this as she started.
I'm back, and
Pinky shouted, hopping and noticing the scene. She was always wearing a large gift package around her body, swim fins, and big sunglasses, and carrying a large amount of balloons.
oh, I miss cheering up Trixie.
Sorry?
Said Trixie, completely confused and bewildered.
Nah, it's fine so long as you're happy.
Said Pinky, pulling off her costume as one solid piece and throwing it away.
So, what do we do now? We still need plot resolution. That's a good question.
Said Twilight, thinking about it.
Trixie may be feeling better, and not everyone in town hates her, but there's still the matter of fixing her public image.
Trixie sighed, looking down miserably.
And Trixie still failed at every attempt. Failed at every attempt at it, and every attempt to get a job.
Twilight nodded, the group looking thoughtful.
I know. This reminds me of what happened with me at Winter Wrap-Up.
Twilight exclaimed, a light bulb literally turning on and on above her head. She then looked behind her to find Spike on her back, replacing said light bulb.
Sorry, the bulb was burnt out.
Spike replied, hopping down. Twilight turned to Trixie.
Trixie, during the Winter Wrap-Up, I failed catastrophically at literally everything I tried.
That sounds familiar.
Said Trixie in a shaky yet downtrodden tone.
Until I tried something I was good at.
You mean magic?
Nope. Organization.
Trixie blinked.
Okay, but what does this have to do with Trixie's predicament?
Trixie, you're failing because you're doing everything except your actual talent. We haven't once tried the things you're really good at.
Twilight exclaimed, ideas forming. Trixie shook her head.
Wonderful idea, Twilight, but in case you haven't noticed, last time I put on a magic show in Ponyville was what started this whole mess.
I'm not talking about a magic show.
The purple unicorn replied. This got several confused looks.
Oh, Twi, ain't that her special talent?
Asked Applejack, raising an eyebrow.
No, stage magic is her special talent.
Said Twilight.
And there's other things you can use it for. Things she has used it for.
Trixie blinked.
Trixie doesn't follow.
Listen,
Said Twilight seriously.
what part of your original act that earned your mark did the best?
Trixie looked thoughtful, then gasped.
Story about the Timberwolves.
And you were amazing when you told me about your grandmother's trick, and when you told me in the Crusaders about your cutie mark story.
Twilight replied.
So, you're saying you think Trixie should tell a story to fix things?
Asked Applejack, looking somewhat confused.
Not just any story. Be the narrator for a play.
Said Twilight.
That's a brilliant idea.
Said Rarity.
You could charge admission, and all the profits can go to the ponies who were hurt by the Ursa.
Trixie looked cautious.
Well, Trixie is decent at telling stories, but Trixie was told doing public services were forbidden to use magic while doing so.
Applejack blinked and looked sympathetic.
Sugar Cube, I'm sorry to say, but I think some pony was pulling your leg.
What?
Trixie, I've practically memorized Ponyville's law book, and that law doesn't exist.
Twilight replied, looking equally confused.
And the only time unicorns can't use their magic in Ponyville is during winter wrap-up. And that's tradition more than anything. It looks like some pony with a grudge on you fed you some horse apples.
Trixie sighed.
Why is Trixie not surprised?
She replied in a shaky tone.
Okay, that's settled. What about the story itself?
That's a good question.
Said Twilight, thinking about it and looking at the wall of books.
It should be one you know well.
What about that old pony's tale about the ponies who stopped the evil centaur T-Rex?
Asked Ramodash, looking excited.
My mom used to read that to me all the time when I was a kid.
Mine too.
Twilight replied, remembering it fondly.
My Granny Pie taught me how to make oatmeal.
Pinky explained, getting strange looks.
Oh, and she also told me that story. Yeah, my mom told me too.
Said Applejack, looking rather sad for some reason. The others all nodded in agreement. They all heard it.
As did Trixie's grandmother.
Trixie added.
It'd certainly be a fan favorite, and it has action, adventure, and an interesting story. But even if Trixie does the narration and special effects, we still need actors.
Twilight smiled.
You've got 6 right here.
Make that 7.
Spike added, smiling.
8.
Derpy added, reminding every pony she was there. Dinky and Pipsqueak. Trixie smiled, tears in her eyes.
Thank you. What's stopping Trixie from being chased off stage before she can even begin? Again. Trixie, the only thing that can stop that is you, darling.
Rarity replied seriously.
A bully can only get to you if you let them.
Fluttershy and Rainbow both nodded as well. Trixie looked thoughtfully about it, then nodded.
All right, let's do it.
Rainbow Dash stepped forward.
All right, so we're all agreed. Twilight, can you, Fluttershy, and Rarity bring the Cutie Mark Crusaders to my house later tonight? Before the show, it's kind of important.
The 3 mares blinked, looking at one another.
Sure, I guess.
All right, Rainbow Dash, what seems to be the matter?
Asked Rarity. She, Twilight, Appleboom, and Sweetie Belle standing in Rainbow's living room, thanks to Twilight's cloud walking spell, and Fluttershy flew Skidoo in, and they both joined in. Ramdash cautiously looked out her window, making sure no one was there. She didn't motion for the others to follow her, and led the way up to her roof.
All right.
Let's see, she said, looking around again. It was a cloudy night, but no one in sight.
Me and the girls think someone is trying to ruin Trixie on purpose.
What?
Asked Twilight, Rarity, and Fluttershy, all looking at each other in shock.
Show 'em.
Said Ramodash to the 3 fillies. Applebloom handed the pictures to Twilight, looked over it, and then gave a gasp.
That beehive. There's no connection to another branch.
Ramodash nodded.
Exactly. But couldn't the picture have just caught it in mid-fall?
Asked Rarity, skeptical.
Don't you think it's weird that everything Trixie tried today failed? And that she fell off a ladder for no reason at all? It's not that clumsy, and the ladder wasn't going anywhere.
Rainbow Dash pointed out.
Probably one of the town's ponies with a grudge on her.
All right, let's assume you're right.
Said Twilight, serious. The thought someone was intentionally hurting Trixie made her furious, but she was still rational.
What do you think is going to happen next?
I think they'll try to ruin Trixie's performance tonight.
The loyal Pegasus said.
And you're going to stop them.
The three mares looked at each other, then Rainbow Dash
And how do you propose we do that?
asked Rarity.
Alright, here's the plan.
Spot brought Checker a flyer as she waited outside the library to see where Trixie was going next, helping Hoof holding an umbrella over her as it rained. Checker looked over it quickly.
Charity performance at 9 p.m. tonight. Presenting Rescue at Midnight Castle, a classic pony tale performed by local ponies. All proceeds go to those who were harmed by the Ursa Minor attack on Ponyville.
Checker read, then gave a cold chuckle.
So that's her plan. Okay, boys, we've got a play to ruin.